full up.
Yeah, but the money can't that be used as a collateral to make the half money come in? Because people want. Well, I'm sure a lot of outside people want that to come in, and if they have to bring that money in through taxes that were overpaid, there should be some kind of way to connect those that balances out.
Maybe I'm not understanding the connection between the two. So the issue we have with the over-assessment is that we over-assess the residents $600 million. So that just means that we have assessed property $600 million over. People may have spent, instead of the $600 million, maybe $300 million. But that's already come into the city of Detroit. Those dollars are already gone. Because we're talking 2010 to 2016. Those dollars they're gone. And so now we have to figure out how to, in essence, I'm going to use the word, I'll use it loosely, compensate people for their losses. That's what we have to do. Identify how to compensate for their losses. So even if you end up not paying, this is why the $600 million is a real issue and not whatever anybody tells you. Like it's really $300 million. The reason why, so somebody may not have paid their taxes because it was overassessed. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, they lose their home. So that doesn't mean that because it was overassessed and they didn't pay, it doesn't affect them. What that means is it affects them as well. They may not have had the ability to pay it, and they ended up getting kicked out, foreclosed on, that home goes in the district. So trying to figure out how to compensate each one of the individuals that are injured becomes challenging. Some people don't live in their home anymore. Some people. How do we make people whole in each one of those situations? Some people are still in their home for this. State legislation is going to help tremendously, but it still doesn't. It doesn't wipe away the evils and the injury. We've got to still some way. I'm not sure. And maybe we can talk offline, but I'm not sure exactly how we can tie those two together. I haven't seen it talked about it. That has been brought up. It's an interesting concept now. If you figure something out to fill both of those needs, but I'm just not seeing it.
No.
We talk about it.
About the tax assessment problem and all of that, this has been going on longer than 2010 because in 2013 when my husband died and my tax bill came out, I was talking to some of my neighbors. Each one of us was paying a different amount, but mine was doubled what theirs was. I went downtown to find out why was I paying so much more than other people in the same 2-block area. And each homeowner, it was different. They said when they went through the records that we've been in our house since 1970, that we were not registered as residents. We were homeowners that owned the property but lived somewhere else. So what they did was then they went back and gave me 3 years, not all of the money. They gave me like $2,400 back for 3 years of an overassessment and said they couldn't go back any further. So the city has been messing up for a long time, a long time. And it's just time now, and I've asked many times for a financial statement or a balance sheet to know where this money is going. Each department should be responsible for letting us know what they're doing. In 2005 and 2007, homes in our area were being sold for $90,000 to $122,000. And then all of a sudden, the value dropped down to $20,000. So there are a lot of issues that are going on.
Still paying the same taxes?
The taxes, no, they bounce up and down, up and down, up and down. So the city is responsible, but they need to start printing out each individual department. And we need to see, and everyone in this room needs to start demanding a financial statement from the city of Detroit. There's another issue. a national.
So there is, unfortunately, for most people, you won't be able to understand it.
You can understand
But
a
it's
balance
available-
sheet.
But it's available online.
Okay, well then, someone from the city should explain it. If we can't understand it, if we can't read it and see what each department is paying out and what they're doing, then somebody needs to explain it to us. Then there's another really, really serious problem going on now with the city clerk and the election board. I have it on my phone. I gave it to Aaron. Aaron can show it to you. In the last week, we received just in 10 houses, and there are 49 houses in our 2-block area. We received 368 of these pamphlets from the clerk's election board. I talked to Janice Winfrey. I'm not saying anything that they haven't. I have talked to everybody in her departments. They said the post office addressed all of these. The post office does not address mail that you send out. And I'm tired of them giving us answers like we're stupid and we're going to accept it. Then Janice Winfrey herself calls me and says, well, the city, you're not going to be responsible for paying for these pamphlets. There are 12 color pages of expensive paper. 300, and to this date, today, 386 of these have gone out. They went out to 10 homes, and each home got at least 20, and some got 50 or 60 of this copy. The post office was on a 3-hour overtime to deliver these, and the postmen were out at night delivering these packages. Something is wrong.
So wait a minute, so were they delivered by the post office or not?
They were delivered by the post
So
office
they
to
were
10
delivered by the post
to
office.
10 homes, and each one of those homes, if there were 4 registered voters in those homes, each one of those people got 20 of these packages.
That's addressed to them.
That's right here. Then you know what they told me the other day, and if Carla is here,
Oh, she's not here.
okay, and then from the clerk's office, they said, oh, well, don't worry about this. And I've got the young man's name that came out and picked these up from my home, that they're going to readdress these and mail them out. I don't want anything with my name on it, with a label put on it and sent back out. And they should be responsible. I want to know if the city, if we, the taxpayers, who the city is robbing us of money every day, if we paid for this copy, if we paid for this postage,
Yeah.
and the election board should do something. And there's another thing.
So let me just say this. Hold on.
It's all about this.
No, I got it. I want to bifurcate what's going on. So, that's another completely elected office.
But the city council has to pay
Now,
the budget. Who's in charge of the budget?
So what happens is, you end up, so they'll come to the council. We have budget hearings. We're actually in the process of going through or about to go into budget hearings early next month. So what ends up happening is council provides each department with a budget. From that budget, that department, and in this situation, that's also the clerk's office, they're able to utilize it for various reasons. So they have a certain dollar amount within their budget that they use for marketing materials, and that's what they use it for. So they don't have to come to us every time to ask for permission to contract out for those particular documents. We give them a budget, and it's sectioned off within their entire profile.
How many voters are there in the city of Detroit? Okay.
But tomorrow we will have the director of Department of Elections at our District 1 month meeting.
Who,
will be able to give that information.
The director?
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Azu.
Okay, but that's not who I talked to. I talked to
George.
Gina. I talked to Gina. I talked to,
Gina's a deputy. She might be there.
and then I talked to a young man, Anthony, or somebody. I can't remember his name. I got it down in my book. I talked to all these different people. But it's just time for the city to be accountable and paying attention to what's going on. And I don't like the answers that they give me. And then also, this is a national election.
So now, as council, and I'm always listening to feedback, how do you want us to respond to that?
These are departments that the city of Detroit, you're over the balance sheet, the financial statement.
Yes, ma'am.
So you know what each department is getting.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so there should be an accounting of how they're spending this money. You can't lie to me and say, and one of the people that was at my
So
home.
what happens is, they'll say, we mailed out, which will happen, right?
But they said the post
Well,
office
we don't
didn't
find
make.
this out until folks like you let us know.
Do you know how many people have not called you? Do you know how many people have gotten this and didn't? And then you know what they told me? Well, it only happened in your district. Okay, I said only in our district. So you're telling me that maybe 5,000 of these went out in my district, and some of my neighbors just aren't telling me. Some of my neighbors said that they don't want to give the books to me. They want to go to CNN News to let them see, because we've got an election coming up that's very, very important. Some of the people working on this board don't even know, and I'm sure they voted before, that we've never had to go into a voting office and ask for a Democratic or a Republican ballot. We've never had to do that. They said, oh yeah, you always had to do it. Baby, you need to go and get some training. You know, I'm tired of talking to people who don't know how to do their job, don't know how the job is being done. And there's another problem. St. Timothy, where we go to vote, last year, the last election, when the people got to the office at 8 o'clock in the morning, they couldn't vote, the machines weren't working, the people in the office didn't know where to go, they were sending people to other locations to vote, and then the people had to come back there. There's a lot that needs to be done and cleaned up. I've talked to everybody from Janice Winfrey down, except for the director of elections. It's time out for this. We want them to be held accountable. We want to know how much this cost. And then they say the post office did it. What about the postage? We're paying the federal government for postage on this, as well as these copies.
So just looking at the balance sheet, there's not much we would be able to do, but this information you provide us, it helps, because just knowing what I see right now, what I thought when Aaron described it to me, they had a worker who went by and just handed out, because that happens. You have people who work.
Janice Winfrey told me she was going to stop the post office from sending them out.
Well, when I see that has its address, that changes the entire situation.
Addressed
Because you
it.
cannot say it was just some kid who you hired who just dropped 15, 20, 30 on some houses because they want to get, through their list quicker. That's a little different.
On
Now
individuals. Individuals got 20 of these copies. If there were 4 individuals that voted in the household, they got 20
Yes, ma'am.
of them. When the young lady was out delivering mail at 7:30 at night and it was dark, I said, why are you out here doing this? She said, I got another bundle for you. I said, another bundle? I said, I've got to go up on Greenfield. I have so many I had to take the truck because I have to deliver to all of the apartments. This is the vice president of our block club. And she can tell you, after they said they were going to stop delivering, on Saturday, they delivered 20 more to her. So we've been trying to gather all of these up. And along with Carolyn.
So why are people saying that they're thinking about contacting you? I mean, people say that all the time. Are you going to do it?
I don't know, but they wouldn't give us the flyers to give back to the election board. So they're saying,
if you're not getting the response that you're looking for, and I say this again because that's a completely different elected official. I can't run that office. That has to go through. So what we have is control of the budget. So when the budget comes to us this term, we now can bring up and raise the issue. That is the extent of our power. To the public, tell me how this works. The people of Cook and City Council for doing this from putting out materials that could actually help in this election. So then what happens? So that's why that information that you provide, that you have in your hand right now, is more important than just listening at the balance sheet, because that won't tell us the full story. We will get that information. I will have a conversation with the office, but that's another elected official. There's no heavy stick that I carry with another elected official. You carry that stick. All of you carry that stick. I don't carry it.
we're not getting through to them. They tell you all kind of things on the phone. Yeah, by being here and letting this go out on Facebook. And then when you've got people saying, well, we're taking care of this. We want to handle all of this. We want to take this. And I told them, we're taking pictures. But we don't want these things to go out with our names on them. And then it was also, that you saw on the news? Well, the ballot.
I saw, I don't know which news channel it was, the absentee ballots. It looked like nobody else saw but me. They were returned to the individual. Like I sent mine out and it was returned back to me.
In Detroit?
Yes.
I'm not saying it didn't happen, I haven't seen it.
I know, but everybody's saying what's not happening. And we're not saying the city council is responsible, but somebody has to hold these offices accountable. And the people that they have working in these offices, this is an important election. And a lot of people don't know that they have to go in and ask for a Democratic ballot or a Republican ballot. We've never had to do that before. That was the purpose of you going in the booth, so nobody knew who you were selecting or which party. And it had? I don't remember it being done. Well, the state is saying, they're saying the state did it. All of this mess went from the city of Detroit to the state to everybody else. These are the kind of answers you're getting. It's time for this to stop. We're in trouble. The city of Detroit is in trouble. And if every election goes like this, I don't believe the people that we're trying to put in office really matters. If these people, Janice Winfrey and all the rest, don't get their people trained correctly. And I'm here today because I wanted to be out on Facebook. That's why I'm here at your office. I'm not accusing you of doing anything, but other departments are not doing their jobs. And we want to know what's going on. And I am angry.
So tomorrow we'll have, again, the director of Department of Elections who'll be there, and hopefully we'll bring that issue up with that individual, and we'll see what kind of response they have. You've already talked to that person's boss, so they should have some response. They should be expecting. You can bring it up.
Okay, but here's another thing, and I forgot about that. Some of the people that got these homes that got these, why they started coming to me? Some of the families that got these papers, these booklets, all these multiple booklets, they had deceased family members. And they went to, 20 came to them. And that was a problem. For people who had been dead 10 years, where did they get that information from? You've been dead 10 years, and all of a sudden your family's receiving 20 booklets like this for you.
Well, the other question, have they received any information in the past? Because
No.
They don't necessarily purge the voter rolls right after you pass.
After 10 years, you should not be on the voter roll. You should not be on the voter roll. And I can give you the names of the 3 people that are deceased that got 20 of these pamphlets apiece. No.
It happened in this report as well. Wow. Okay, so let's talk offline and figure out how to. Well, just that issue. We'll talk offline and try to figure out a strategy to deal with that. Because the reality is, it doesn't automatically fall at city council. Everything falls at city council. But the reality is, we have control over the budget. The budget is already. We're going to be working on a new budget. That piece right there, we will have control over. We can make some noise.
I'm not accusing you. I knew I could get this out to the public. Through your office. That's why I'm here. Make it perfectly clear, Councilman Tate has nothing to do with this. And I'm not accusing him of it, or his office. Nothing to do with it. I'm not accusing him. I am mad, I am angry, not at Councilman Tate and his office. Okay, they respond, but the responses that I got from the people in these departments, I do not appreciate, like they were talking to a fool. And I'm going to listen to anything you say. And when I kept calling, Gwen called, Carolyn called, we all started calling, then they started coming out. Well, can we get the pamphlets? No, you can't get them today because I'm still collecting.
And we have folks on the east side who end up having the same issue.
So it's not you, it's not city council, but we want to know
We have to figure it out.
how this is going. And these departments have too many deputy clerks, assistant clerks, clerks to this clerk, and then who's working for them? And then when you say the post office addressed these, oh, come on now. I had somebody whose husband was upper management in the post office, and she knew for a fact that that's not what they do. So let's get it together.
I'm just saying in your water contract for perhaps 400% of what you needed to spend. So the printer has benefited, and has someone benefit because they know that printer or whatever. You know, everything always comes back to where did the money go? And so if you're overpaying for more than you need, then why are you overpaying for more than you need?
That's why we need to talk after.
And the postal workers were out at night.
Aaron.
Were out after 7 and 8 o'clock delivering these to apartment buildings, women, and it was dangerous. And I told them, and some of the other ladies told them, don't go around into those apartments, take them back. Janice Winfrey said she was stopping the post office. She said, ma'am, they're in the post office bundling up everything that we have to mail, deliver tomorrow, and a big truck is over there unloading more.
So we won't solve it today. We got
You know it's a problem.
yes, ma'am. Now I see it a little bit different than I did yesterday. I thought, again, because I've had some campaign
Then she
kids to
just
help out.
fussing about something.
Well, no, that wasn't it. Here's the thing, that wasn't it. What I thought it was, like you hired kids to work on campaigns or somebody, we dropped 12 of them on one house and 20 and 30. But now to see that it was addressed, that now changes the
20
scenario.
to an individual and 25%. And to the deceased people, and the male lady told me, she said in the apartment building, some of the apartments have 4 voters, and each one of them is getting 20 of these. I'm tired.
Yeah, it shouldn't happen like that, because that's not what this discussion is. I do remember contracts from the clerk's office, and we didn't hear about 4 going to one house at the same time. That wasn't how it was.
20, not 4. 20.
What are you saying that each one was addressed?
To 4 individuals.
Oh,
20
yeah, that's
people,
yeah.
you got 20.
No, we didn't say that either.
Okay, you
Yeah,
got
no,
8.
they didn't say that either.
No, they're not.
I was just saying the lowest number. They didn't even say.
I got the, Aaron has the picture.
We're gonna, let's talk after online, and we'll figure out strategies to deal with it. But again, this is a whole different office, and you all have control over that office.
And it's out in the public, so
Just saying.
everybody watching.
Vote her out of office. That's what we have to do. Vote her out of office. She never runs the election like she should. She's
I'm not
winning.
saying-
Something's wrong with that.
She's come to vote. She,
So, like I said, there will be tomorrow, I'm telling you, tomorrow we will have director of elections here. Well, not here, but down the street. Literally, right down, he will be there.
So he'll be ready, but I'm sure there's.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's all that they need to know, especially as the director. And he may, honestly, he may not have known himself. It may be someone who was supporting, but he
You
should.
didn't know.
Right? And he knows now. We need to make sure that I'll say, okay. Subject, 'cause I think we let it breathe. That is worth your while. So Aaron, I see everyone will have an opportunity, I promise you. Everyone will have an
We had no clue.
Neighborhood watch as such. I haven't gotten in. Results. Oh, 03. So I'm still here.
I'm glad you.
No, he works for the engineer.
So all of the departments fall under the mayor's office. So we're assisting we assist in trying to get that done. So,
But I haven't gotten an assistant.
and that's why we have to jump back on it to see how we can get that assistance for you.
I have records and everything here.
We usually have the district manager who's here, but because you all don't know this, we just found out yesterday, they're going to move up. I'll give you the exact dates. They're gonna be moving up the construction dates for Grand River Streetscape. It was gonna be in April, but they're gonna be moving up to March. So, wait, let me make sure. Microphone. Let me make sure. The dates I have, and we're looking to make sure we verify how they're doing it. We've heard word of mouth. Yep, March 9th and March 16th. Yeah, March 9th and March 16th. So they're gonna be moving up construction earlier this year than anticipated. So that's why we have the district managers who are out. We need to connect them because they are the ones who work directly for the mayor, and they are the individuals who are designed, they were created to deal with blight-related issues.
Well, Mr. Schuman and I, we have been corresponding through text. And he asked for my email, I gave it to him, and I haven't heard anything from his office or anyone, except he does respond also to last, from January until now, he hasn't.
But prior to that, what was being done? You know, you said nothing's happened.
Nothing, I
If he
mean,
communicated with you, what was the communication like?
well, the communication was about, when they demolished the house next door to me and, they had a hole down there and the water just settles up on it. And I had a new driveway put in and it has stretch cracks all the way down the driveway where it's leaning from the house because of the water that settles up under there. It doesn't.
So you said, just so I understand, there was a demolition
Yes.
of a home next to you.
Yes,
The vehicle that they used cracked up the sidewalk.
right.
As a result.
My driveway.
Your driveway.
My
So it
driveway.
was never repaired.
It was repaired,
It was repaired.
but the hole that was up under there, it wasn't packed.
So it was poor workmanship.
It was very poor.
You reported it,
I mean, I have it right here.
and there's been no assistance.
I haven't even seen anyone unless I didn't see you.
Okay. So.
I saw Mr. Schuman, of course, but
And Randy is here often as well, but we're gonna definitely see him tomorrow. If not, before that, before you leave, please, this is a young lady, I know you may not have met, she's newer to our office.
Which one?
Delana, waving her hand.
oh
Before you
yeah, I
leave-
saw her last year as well. Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, you should come
she
to
was a member of the community.
Okay,
and
I know I
that
saw
was-
her.
I've been working hard. Even harder.
Yeah.
So, but if you can please make sure before you leave, give Yolanda your information. We will follow up this
Yeah.
time.
Okay.
Ourselves.
I heard it from Dugan, I heard it from everybody, but I haven't gotten any results. And I'm a patient man, but it's getting thin.
Yes, sir.
It's been 7 years in the army, you gotta hurry up and wait. I'm still waiting.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Before you leave though, make sure you get with Yolanda.
Hi, everybody.
Hello?
I'm usually here spreading news about the property tax exemptions so that you can keep your homes, or neighbors who are struggling to pay can keep their homes. And I have those forms and I'm happy to give them to you. But I finally lifted my head up a little bit and looked at the putting until the land bank on it. amplify the problem.
Having that one.
The question is, who benefits? So we give, so the land bank